Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm your host, Sophie.
And I'm Alan. Happy to be here again to help you improve your English listening and speaking skills.
Exactly. This podcast is all about learning English through real conversations and building up your vocabulary. Whether you're just starting out or looking to brush up on your skills, we've got something for everyone.
Today's topic is a fun one describing your hometown. We'll share some details about the places we grew up in, and then we'll hear from some of our listeners about their hometowns around the world.
Before we dive into the stories, let's learn some new vocabulary related to describing a place.
Hometown. This is the city or town where you grew up.
Beautiful. This describes something that is pleasing to the eye.
Lively. This describes a place that is full of activity and energy.
Quiet. This describes a place that is calm and peaceful.
Great. Now, let's get started by describing our own hometowns.
I grew up in a small coastal town in California. It's a beautiful place with sandy beaches and a relaxed atmosphere. There's a charming main street with local shops and cafes, and everyone seems to know each other.
Sounds lovely. I grew up in a bustling city in California. It's a historical place with ancient buildings and museums. There's always something exciting happening, from concerts to sporting events, but there are also quiet parks and gardens where you can relax.
That's amazing, Alan. Now, we have Clara from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Hi, Clara. Tell us about your hometown.
Hi, everyone. Rio de Janeiro is a vibrant city on the coast, but it's also full of surprises. Of course, the beaches are amazing. Copacabana and Ipanema are like giant parties all year round, with people playing volleyball, sunbathing, swimming, and just enjoying the sunshine. But there's so much more to Rio.
Wow, sounds like a beach lover's paradise. What else is there in Rio?
Well, if you get tired of the sand, you can head to the Tijuca Forest, a huge urban rainforest right in the middle of the city. It's like a whole other world, with monkeys swinging through the trees and hiking trails that lead to stunning waterfalls. And then there's the history. Rio has beautiful colonial buildings in the center, and of course, Christ the Redeemer statue, which is even more impressive up close.
Amazing. It sounds like Rio has something for everyone. What's your favorite part of the city?
That's a tough one. I love the energy of the beaches, but there's something special about sitting in a cafe in a quiet corner of Santa Teresa, a historic neighborhood with cobblestone streets and colorful houses. You can see the city from up there, and it's just breathtaking.
Sounds like you have a very special connection to your hometown. Thanks for sharing, Clara. It sounds like Rio is a city with stunning scenery, a rich history, and a lot to offer visitors.
Wow, Clara really painted a vivid picture of Rio. Now, continuing our exploration of hometowns, let's hear from John from a small town in Switzerland. John, tell us about your hometown.
Hi, my hometown is a small village called Interlaken, nestled in the Swiss Alps. It's a very quiet and peaceful place, surrounded by mountains and beautiful lakes.
Sounds idyllic, John. What do people do for fun in Interlaken?
Well, there's hiking and skiing in the mountains, of course. And in the summer, people enjoy swimming and boating on the lakes. It's a great place for outdoor activities.
Sounds like a perfect place for nature lovers. Did you grow up doing a lot of outdoor activities?
Absolutely. Every weekend, my family would go for hikes in the mountains. We'd see amazing views, breathe in the fresh air, and sometimes even have picnics by a crystal clear lake. In the winter, we'd go skiing down the slopes. It was a lot of fun, even if I did fall down a few times.
Sounds like you have some great memories of growing up in Interlaken. Do you still live there?
No, I live in a bigger city now, but I often visit Interlaken to escape the hustle and bustle and reconnect with nature. It's a place that brings me a lot of peace and happiness.
Thanks for sharing your story, John. It sounds like Interlaken is a beautiful and peaceful place to grow up, with plenty of opportunities to enjoy the outdoors.
Today on Fluent English with Podcast, we're exploring the diverse and interesting places people call home.
Now, we have a listener named Kim from Seoul, South Korea. Hi, Kim. Tell us about your hometown.
Hi, everyone. Seoul is a bustling metropolis full of life and energy. Skyscrapers tower over busy streets, and there's always something happening somewhere.
Wow, that sounds exciting. What are some of your favorite things to do in Seoul?
There are so many. I love exploring the different neighborhoods, each with its own unique character. In Myeongdong, you can find trendy shops and delicious street food, while Bukchon Hanok village is filled with traditional Korean houses and charming cafes. And of course, no visit to Seoul is complete without trying some amazing Korean BBQ.
Sounds delicious. Does Seoul have any green spaces too, or is it all buildings?
Believe it or not, there are actually many parks and mountains within the city limits. Namsan Park is a popular spot for a relaxing hike with stunning views of the city, and for a more historical experience, you can visit Gyeongbokgung Palace, a beautiful example of traditional Korean architecture.
It sounds like Seoul offers the best of both worlds, exciting city life and peaceful green spaces. What's your favorite part about living there?
That's a tough question. I love the convenience of having everything you need within walking distance, but I also appreciate the pockets of tradition and nature scattered throughout the city. Seoul is a place that keeps surprising me, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Thanks for sharing your perspective, Kim. It sounds like Seoul is a dynamic city with something for everyone.
Continuing our exploration of listener hometowns, we have Hakim from Nairobi, Kenya. Hi, Hakim. Tell us about your vibrant city.
Thanks, Sophie and Alan. Nairobi is a city that pulsates with life. It's a beautiful blend of modern skyscrapers and traditional open-air markets. Everywhere you go, there's a sense of energy and community.
That sounds fascinating. What are some things you love to do in Nairobi?
There's so much to experience. I love visiting the Karen Blixen Museum, a former coffee farm with a rich history. It's a beautiful place to learn about Kenyan colonial history. And of course, no trip to Nairobi is complete without spending a day at the Nairobi National Park. You can see lions, giraffes, zebras, and all sorts of amazing animals right on the edge of the city.
Wow, seeing wild animals so close to a city must be an incredible experience. Does Nairobi have a strong artistic scene as well?
Absolutely. The city is full of talented artists, musicians, and dancers. The National Theatre hosts a variety of performances, and there are many smaller venues showcasing local talent. You can also find vibrant street art throughout Nairobi, adding a splash of color and creativity to the city.
It sounds like Nairobi has a rich cultural scene alongside its natural beauty. What's the food scene like in Nairobi?
Oh, the food is fantastic. Kenyan cuisine is a delicious mix of African and international influences. You can find everything from fresh caught fish at the local market to delicious curries and stews. And for a truly Kenyan experience, you have to try a cup of strong Kenyan coffee.
Sounds like Nairobi is a feast for the senses. Thank you for sharing your experience, Hakeem. It sounds like a truly unique and vibrant city.
We've heard about bustling metropolises in South Korea and Kenya, offering a mix of modern life, history, and stunning natural beauty.
Now we have a listener called Liam from a small coastal town in Australia. Liam, tell us about your hometown.
Hello everyone. My hometown is called Port Douglas, a small town nestled on the northeast coast of Australia. It's famous for the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system.
Wow, that's incredible. What's it like living so close to the Great Barrier Reef?
It's pretty amazing. Growing up, I spent a lot of time snorkeling and diving on the reef. Seeing all the colourful fish, coral formations, and even the occasional shark is something I'll never forget. It's a truly magical underwater world.
Sounds like a paradise for nature lovers. Does Port Douglas have a laid-back atmosphere?
Definitely. It's a world away from the hustle and bustle of big cities. Most people get around by bike or by foot, and there's always time for a chat with a friendly local. In the evenings, people often gather at the beach to watch the sunset, which can be truly spectacular.
Sounds idyllic. What do people do for work in Port Douglas?
Tourism is a big part of the local economy. Many people work in hotels, restaurants, or tour companies that take visitors out to the reef. There are also a lot of small businesses run by locals, like art galleries and surf shops.
It sounds like a great place to live and work, especially if you love the outdoors. Do you miss Port Douglas now that you live elsewhere?
Absolutely. There's something special about growing up by the ocean. Whenever I get the chance, I head back to Port Douglas to relax on the beach, soak up the sunshine, and reconnect with my roots.
Thanks for sharing your story, Liam. It sounds like Port Douglas is a beautiful and peaceful town with a strong connection to nature.
Now, we have Isabella from a bustling city in Colombia. Isabella, tell us about your hometown.
Hola, My hometown is Medellin, a city nestled in the mountains of Colombia. It's known for its beautiful weather, friendly people, and vibrant culture.
Hola, Isabella. Medellin sounds lovely. What are some of your favorite things to do in the city?
There's so much to experience. I love visiting Plaza Botero, a park filled with giant, whimsical sculptures by Colombian artist Fernando Botero. It's a great place to relax and people watch. And of course, no trip to Medellin is complete without riding the Metrocable, a cable car system that offers stunning views of the city and surrounding mountains.
Sounds like a city with a mix of art, culture, and nature. Does Medellin have a strong food scene as well?
Absolutely. Colombian cuisine is a delicious blend of indigenous, Spanish, and African influences. You have to try bandeja paisa, a hearty dish with rice, beans, plantains, and grilled meats. And for a refreshing treat, you can't miss a Colombian fruit salad with exotic fruits like mango, guava, and passion fruit.
Sounds delicious. Thank you for sharing your experience, Isabella. Medellin sounds like a vibrant city with stunning scenery and a rich culture.
That's just a taste of what Latin America has to offer.
That's right. Our next guest is Marco from a charming town in Italy. Marco, tell us about your place.
Buongiorno. My hometown is a small town called Alberobello, located in southern Italy. It's famous for its unique trulli houses with cone-shaped roofs made of local limestone.
Buongiorno, Marco. Truly houses sound fascinating. What's it like living in such a unique place?
It's truly special. The trulli are like little time capsules, offering a glimpse into the traditional building methods of the region. Many of them are now shops, restaurants, or even hotels, making Alberobello a charming and lively town.
Sounds like a place steeped in history. What do people do for fun in Alberobello?
There's a strong emphasis on community and outdoor living. People gather in the piazzas or squares to chat, enjoy a coffee, or watch the world go by. There are also many festivals throughout the year, celebrating food, music, and local traditions. And of course, Alberobello is surrounded by beautiful countryside, perfect for hiking, biking, or simply relaxing in nature.
Sounds like a peaceful and picturesque town. Does Alberobello have any historical landmarks besides the trulli houses?
Absolutely. The town center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and there are several historic churches and buildings worth exploring. One interesting place is the Trullo Sovrano, a larger trulli house that's now a museum showcasing the history and architecture of these unique structures.
Thank you for sharing your story, Marco. Alberobello sounds like a charming town with a rich history and a strong sense of community.
Now we'll travel to Asia to hear about another listener's hometown.
We have Priya from a historical city in India. Priya, tell us about your hometown.
Namaste. My hometown is Jaipur, also known as the Pink City, because of the distinctive color of its many buildings. It's a vibrant city located in the state of Rajasthan, known for its rich history, colorful culture, and stunning forts and palaces.
Namaste, Priya. Jaipur sounds fascinating. What are some of your favorite things about your hometown?
There's so much to see and do. I love exploring the Hawa Mahal, a beautiful structure with hundreds of tiny windows. It's a wonderful example of Mughal architecture. And of course, no visit to Jaipur is complete without getting lost in the vibrant bazaars, where you can find everything from colorful textiles and handmade jewelry to delicious spices and local crafts.
Sounds like a feast for the senses. Does Jaipur have a strong emphasis on traditional arts and culture as well?
Absolutely. Rajasthan is known for its rich cultural heritage. You can see traditional folk dances and music performances almost every evening. The city also comes alive during festivals like Diwali, the Festival of Lights, which is a dazzling display of colors and lights.
It sounds like a truly vibrant city. What about food? Does Jaipur offer a delicious culinary experience?
Definitely. Rajasthani cuisine is known for its rich flavors and use of spices. You have to try dal bati churma, a hearty dish with lentils, fried bread, and a sweet crumbled mixture. And for vegetarians, there are endless options with fresh vegetables and flavorful curries.
Sounds delicious. Thank you for sharing your experience, Priya. Jaipur sounds like a city steeped in history, culture, and vibrant traditions.
So it's been fascinating to learn about the diverse places people call home.
We hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you'd like to share your own hometown story, leave us a comment and you might be featured on a future episode. Happy learning!